pilot to co-pilot. We're getting ready to go here. So what do we need to do? Foot on brake, press button, engine started, seat belt on. What else? Got my snack, got my phone. We're here at my home base in Texas, and I'm just backing out. I used a 10-inch screen backup camera, and yeah, we got a football field, don't we? Under here, we got a, what do you call it? An aircraft hangar. Really, it's huge. Now watch what you're doing here, Rusty. Watch what you're doing. All right, I'm coming on back right into the sun, and dink, dink, dink. Then we clean the window. That should help that ought to make it worse. So here we go, guys. Where are we going? We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Fort Clark Springs, Texas. September the something, third week of September approximately. Temperature outside shows to be 72 degrees. Not bad for 8:30 in the morning. Anywhere in Texas, as a matter of fact. Here we go. Loop-de-loop. Turn this up a little bit that way. So, what do we got to talk about today, guys? Let's talk about Class B RVs. Why? Because I've got one. I'm driving down the highway right now. How do I like it so far after having it approximately a month? It's fine. I mean, I'm using it as my daily driver, 20 miles a gallon average. Rides like a car, drives like a car. The only thing you have to be aware of is clearance. This thing does require 9 feet 6 inches of clearance because it's got the solar on the roof, and it's also got the roof air conditioner. So other than that, except for that one thing, that's about it. You just drive down the highway like a car, and I'm waiting patiently on my license plates. I still have the dealer tags, but how would I rate this as a daily driver? Well, for me, of course, you know, that rating will be different than it might be for you, but I'd give it an 8 or a 9 for me. I mean, it's easy to drive, easy to park. It's just, you know, again, like a car. And I've got a bed, a kitchen, a toilet, and all the stuff I need for old folks like me. If I decide I want to take a little rest as I'm traveling, I can sure do it. And so that's all that is about that. I don't know what fuel prices are here today. They were around $3.40 a gallon, which is a lot less than most places in the USA. I know that. But if you don't use much like me, then you don't have to worry about it. Because I thought I'd be driving around 1,000 miles a month average in the Class B, but I won't. It'll be more like 600 miles a month, which would be 30 gallons, which would be here right now, $100 a month. And in the Class C, you could just double that. Because the Class C that I had got 10 miles per gallon, and that was excellent because most people get 8 in a Class C motorhome, and that's because they drive faster. I drove 55 to 60. I drive this one 55 to 60. I do like the view out the front window better in this vehicle than I did the Class C motorhome because the Class C had the overhang in the front, and it made a nice shade, which was a benefit. However, it did obstruct some of the view. So on and on we go, guys. Where we stop, nobody knows. Enjoy your life the best you can. I'm thinking about taking a trip, but every time I think about taking a trip, the fun part is just the dream of, oh, let's go. The reality of where and where you're going to stay, and RV parks are, they're what they are. I've stayed in a lot of them, and it's a place to watch people pick up dog poop. you know, and then state parks are about the same way, you know. Is that bad? No, it's the way it is. I'm glad people do that, because if they didn't, it would be much worse. But it's something about just enjoying a nice breakfast and walking out and somebody's, never mind. That's enough on that topic. So move along to the upside of life, which is what? Well, there are places to go and camp. You know, state parks, there's still some state parks that are okay. I mean, I still like Oliver Lee in New Mexico near Alamogordo. The only downside for me, it's not a great place to walk for exercise. You know, it's up and down. I mean, there's no really reasonably level place to walk, unless you just want to walk in circles around your campsite. There's what else? And there's places around Taos that are nice. Wild Rivers is okay. The downside of Wild Rivers, it seems like I find a good spot and there's always a downside, but it's true. The downside of Wild Rivers near Cuesta, New Mexico, is the no-see-ums, or they call them cedar gnats. And but they have mandibles. They can bite, and they will drive you to drinking. So it seems like there's always something. We got a state park here called Kickapoo Cavern State Park. It's just take a right here, and about 20 miles out there on the left, you'll see it, but it's not open 7 days a week. I think they're open Thursday through Monday or something. Gasoline here in Bracketville, Texas, $3.40 a gallon for regular unleaded and $3.99 for diesel. We are going to Del Rio, and it'll probably be 10 cents a gallon cheaper there. This is really an interesting little place to live. It reminds me a lot of Capitan, because it's got one little grocery store, library, post office and stuff, a few little restaurants, hardware stores, Dollar General, you know, and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just a quaint little town. I think the population is 1,600 here, same as Capitan, New Mexico. Did I like living around and in Capitan, New Mexico? Yes, I did, very much, actually. It's a very good place to go and enjoy your life. Very close to Ruidoso and Cloudcroft and other places that are pretty. So, we're smoking down the highway now at 42 miles an hour. Del Rio, 30 miles of just straight shot driving right down Highway 90 west. You can stay on this highway all the way to Alpine, Texas, and Marfa, or actually it's Marathon, Alpine, then Marfa. And if you go right in Alpine, you go to Fort Davis, Texas. So as far as me doing any traveling, I would love to, because this is a great unit, and I'm thinking about trying some boondocking a few times. There's a place at Lake Amistad when it gets a little cooler, because you can't run the air conditioner off of solar, that's for sure. And when the afternoon temperatures get into the 70s, I'll probably do some of that. And then if it looks like we're going to have a hard winter in this area of Texas, maybe one of those Arctic blasts or whatever they call it, then I may move on down toward Falcon Lake. Wherever, you know, go anywhere. It's a long way to anywhere out here. You know, of course, Del Rio's 30 miles, then Sanderson from here is 150 miles, and Alpine's about 250. And it's just straight shot driving, not much in between. I would recommend that you keep your vehicle gas tank topped off. If you get close to a half a tank, I would recommend you fill up, because it can be a long way between gas stops. This DPS guy didn't get all the way off the road, did he? You know, if you buzz them real close, they'll come get you. So guys, from on the way to the grocery store, this is me, and I'm hoping you're enjoying your life. I thought about going out to Terlingua and staying at there's a RV park I stayed at many years ago that's still open. I called them, and their rates aren't, well, they're pretty high. They've gone up a lot, but it's a you know, they've got about 30 spots, and it's convenient to everything in the area. You know, Big Bend, Lajitas Resort, and so I might do that. But from here to there is 300 miles one way, for sure. But I've got a few things. I got a few irons in the fire, so to speak. They just aren't. I got to stir the fire a little bit, I guess you'd say. So, ladies and gentlemen, having completed another exciting video, this is Rusty78609 saying thumbs up. Carpe diem means seize the day and night. Carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Use the Amazon link if you want to. Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, stand guard at the door of your mind, and enjoy your life the best way you can. I know peer pressure is difficult, particularly in your younger years, and it can be a factor even later on. But do the best you can to enjoy your life your way. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.